WROW in Albany, New York.
Johnny Dollar.
Well, it looks like one of our important clients is in pretty serious trouble.
Oh, who?
I don't know.
You what?
Nope, haven't the least idea.
Well, what kind of trouble?
I don't know.
Oh, now, wait a minute,
Johnny,
Earl.
I don't know who, what, where, when, or why.
But, Earl...
So you'd better come on out here and give me a hand. Somebody better.
Well, no, look here,
According
Earl.
to this timetable, you can get down to New York just about in time to make a 6:30 jet flight.
But unless I know what it's all
I'll
about...
meet your plane at the airport here in L.A.
What? Now, look... huh? Earl? Hello? Okay, baby, you're paying for it.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the What Goes matter. Expense account item 1, $183.40, cab to Bradley Field, a plane to New York, and one of the jet flights to Los Angeles. The flight was good all the way, and we made the transcontinental part of the trip in a shade under 5 hours, and man, that's traveling. At L.A. International, as I climbed down the steps out of the plane, I could see Earl Pullman waiting for me, over behind the steel fence that separates the main building from the field itself. And then, walking up the long covered ramp along with the other passengers, but I didn't remember having seen this particular man on board.
Sorry, mister.
Yeah, that's it's okay.
Oh, very clumsy of me, though, and I apologize for not watching where I... Say, aren't you Mr. Johnny Dollar?
Maybe.
No, tell me. Are you Johnny Dollar?
Well, now, look.
Are you? Please tell me.
Well, yeah, but who are you?
Come on, Mr. Dollar. Come along with me.
Yeah, where and why?
This is hardly the place to talk.
Talk? What about?
Just come along, please.
Hi there, Johnny.
Oh, hi, Earl.
Over here.
Yeah, right. Now, listen, mister, whoever you...
I am clumsy, and I'm afraid my timing's bad.
Just a minute, hey.
Later, Dollar, later.
Yeah, right over here, Johnny. Now, we'll clear your baggage and hop into my car and be on our merry. How are you, boy?
Well, all right, I guess. Yeah, fine, Earl, fine.
Well, you don't look it. What's the matter, Johnny?
Well, I just want to be sure I still have my wallet. I don't get it.
Well, I'm sure I don't.
Coming up the ramp, Earl, the well-known jostle.
Jostle?
Yeah, the old pickpocket's trick. Bump into you so as to divert your attention while he or somebody else lifts your wallet.
Oh?
Nothing's missing, I guess.
Well, maybe whoever it was did just accidentally bump into.
Well, I might believe that if he didn't stop and...
If he didn't what, Johnny? Now, what's all the big mystery?
Well, Earl, I wish I knew. But now, what's this big mysterious trouble of yours?
Well, this is hardly the place to talk.
That's what he said.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Anyhow, we'll pick up your luggage, and I'll tell you what I know, or rather, what I don't know on the way in. Oh, yeah, we love it out here, Johnny. Bought ourselves a nice new home out on Bundy Drive in West L.A., actually Brentwood.
Yeah, but what
and
goes
my
with
office
this,
is right nearby Westwood. It's really another section of West L.A.
So tell me what
And,
goes.
of course, Mike said to tell you that she'll expect you to park yourself in our guest room. Unless you have other plans?
Well, it depends. It depends on what it is you've called me out here for.
Well, I really don't know.
Huh?
Johnny, I got this phone call early this afternoon. Now, he wouldn't give me his name, but he swore by all that's good and holy that he's a client of ours.
He?
Said that we wrote his life insurance policy. That was before I came out here, of course, for $333,000.
Oh?
Yes. And he was so sincere and so worried about something that I was sure it wasn't just a gag.
Well,
I guess that's pretty obvious since I wasted no time in calling you and asking you to come all the way out here.
Yeah, well, what else did he tell you?
Cigarette?
No, thanks. I have some of my own.
Oh, here, smoke one of these.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Light? Here you are.
Thanks. But now, what else did he say?
Only that if I didn't send for you immediately, have you come out here and see him, we might very shortly lose him.
You mean he expects to die? I mean, be killed by somebody?
Well, what do you think? And that's all he'd say.
And he wouldn't tell you who he was?
No.
But I wonder why. And if he expects me to go to him...
Or maybe, of course, he plans to contact you some way now that you're here.
Hey, that man back at the...
Huh?
But look, if his life is in danger, something like that, well, what if I hadn't come? Or what if I'd come too late? Now, look, what goes, Earl? It just doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so maybe it was a gag. Maybe I did fall for a gag.
Well, it's not a very likely sort of a gag, and if that man at the airport, I mean, if whoever this client is does know that I've come here...
What?
And yet, if he is in danger, I mean, if he was the man who called you... Wait a minute, the minute he saw you there to meet me, the way he bumped into me again and then got lost in the crowd...
Johnny...
But he didn't take my wallet or anything else that I can think of.
You're not making any sense, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. But as I said before...
What goes?
Yeah.
More important, what'll you do?
What else? Wait and see what happens.
How are your children going to dress up this Halloween? As clowns, ballet dancers, skeletons, hobos, cowboys? Whatever their costumes may be sure you snap their picture before they go out as well as when they're making their rounds through the neighborhood. But be sure you have lots of Sylvania Blue Dot flashbulbs on hand, because only with Flash can you catch all the fun, color, and excitement of Halloween. Only with Flash, both inside and outdoors, even after dark, can you get all the sharp, clear details. Then, too, flash bulbs work with any film, any time, anywhere, with any camera. Pick up several packs of Sylvania Blue Dot flash bulbs, the world's largest selling brand today. Also, ask your dealer for Sylvania's lavishly illustrated 32-page flash guide book that's yours free with the purchase of just one pack of Blue Dots. But hurry, the big night to howl is next Monday. Have your camera and Sylvania Blue Dot flash bulbs ready and waiting. Now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Earl and his wife, Mike, that's right, Mike, have a mighty nice little house there on Bundy Drive in West Los Angeles. As usual with the Pormans, I felt completely at home, especially after cocktails, conversation, and a late but very good dinner. But I still wondered if I'd come out here on a wild goose chase.
What goes?
Yeah.
Well, now, wait a minute, Johnny. You mean that you think I made all this up just to get you out here to see us?
Well, I wouldn't put it beyond you, either of you.
Well, if he did, he certainly didn't tell me.
Yeah, but if he did, Mike, so help me, I'll hand him an expense account that'll stagger him.
No, really, Johnny, I swear to you. And listen.
Yeah?
If this unknown client of ours actually is in some kind of trouble...
Yeah, well, why didn't he tell you on the phone? And why didn't he give you his name? Why insist that only I get on the job?
I don't know, but now listen.
Oh, I'm listening.
If somebody is out to kill him, well, maybe that man who bumped you out at the airport, who tried to get you to go along with
Until
him...
he spotted you in the crowd when you called to me. But if he's one of your own clients...
Look, I haven't met 1/10 of our clients since I took over the office out here. And besides, what I'm trying to say is that maybe the man you saw out there isn't.
Huh?
Isn't what, dear?
Isn't the one who called me on the phone.
Oh?
What if he's the one who's out to get our client, who somehow knows you've come here to protect him, whose first job, then, will be to get you out of his way?
Oh,
Johnny, if that's true...
Brother, what an imagination.
But, Johnny, it is a possibility.
You too, Mike?
Well, all I have to say is I hope you got a good look at that man out there.
Well, I did.
Because if he is gunning for you,
Oh,
Johnny...
I'll get it. Excuse me.
I'm perfectly serious, Johnny.
Well, don't
Hello?
be.
What?
Who is it?
What?
Huh?
Well, yes. I said yes. Yes, he is on...
Is that for me?
Just hold on a minute.
Well, who is it, Mike?
Well, it's for you, Johnny.
Okay.
But it's the funniest... Like he's trying to disguise his voice.
Johnny Dollar.
You're sure?
What?
That you're really Johnny Dollar? You swear it?
Well, sure, of course I'm sure.
All right. I'll have to chance it.
What?
And listen, please.
Well, now, let's get one thing straight, mister. Are you the man
yes,
at the...
the man who bumped you at the airport. And I'm the one who called Poorman and begged him to have you come out here.
Who are you?
You must promise me that you won't tell him.
Why?
Because he doesn't know me. He doesn't know about me. And if he calls the police...
Well, now, why would he do that?
Because of my connection with the... No, listen, there isn't time.
Oh, wait, look, listen.
I thought that you'd be over here to see me before now.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, you mind telling me how when I haven't the least idea who you are or where you are?
But when I bumped into you out there, Well, you see, I had anticipated that you might be met by someone, that I wouldn't have time to tell you why you... Well, when I bumped you that second time just before leaving you... You mean you haven't looked?
What?
You haven't looked in your...
Hello? Hello?
What is it, Johnny?
Yeah, what
Well,
goes?
this just doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, maybe it does.
Huh?
He didn't hang up that phone. It didn't sound like an ordinary disconnect. If those wires were cut... Yeah.
And you thought I was kidding you. Well, and did he tell you who he is?
Same one who phoned you. Same one I met there at the airport.
I mean his name.
No, he didn't.
Johnny, don't you think we ought to call the police?
That's the one thing he doesn't want. He doesn't want the police in on this whatever it is.
Any ideas, Johnny? I mean, about where to go from here?
Well, how can I when I don't even... give me a cigarette, huh?
Yeah, sure.
No, wait. I have some in the pocket of my top coat.
Oh, here. Smoke these.
Okay, thanks. Hey, Earl.
Yeah?
There's something very wrong here. Because if that phone line was cut, well, I have a hunch that mysterious client of yours, unless we can somehow get to him first, isn't going to be long for this world.
But how to find out who he is?
Well, look, let's go on down to your office, go through your files on people who carry a lot of life insurance.
There may be hundreds of them, Johnny.
Well, if you do, wear your top coat, Johnny. I'll get it for you.
Yeah,
Enjoy
sure.
out there tonight.
Thanks. You said $250,000, Earl?
Well, that's what he told me.
Also, in spite of the fact you didn't write the policy, he was apparently afraid you might know him, or at least his name, who he is.
So?
So he was afraid you might call the police. But if he is in danger now... Well, come on, let's get to your office. So we went, and I poured through the files. Finally finished up about 2 in the morning. And there was nearly a dozen of Earl's clients in the $250,000 policy class. And the only way to find out which of them was in danger, needed protection, was to call them up, rouse them out of bed if they were at home, and talk to them. You know something? We could have saved a lot of time, maybe kept a killer from doing his work. If only I'd realized I'd been carrying the clue to our man's identity all the way from the airport. And if only I'd stopped bumming cigarettes from Earl Poorman. Yeah. Figure that one out.
Maybe you're about to hit the jackpot. Maybe you're on the point of inheriting $500,000 or finding oil. Chances are, though, that none of these lovely things will happen. Chances are, if you want a bonanza in the future, you'll have to save for it. Now, there are a number of ways to do that. Some people stuff their mattresses, stash their cash behind a loose brick in the fireplace, or slip it under a floorboard. None of these methods make sense because that kind of money isn't making a cent for you. Not only that, it may get lost or stolen. Wouldn't you like your savings to make more money for you? Wouldn't you like to have them theft-proof, loss-proof in every way? Of course you would. And you can the United States Savings Bond way. Through the payroll savings plan where you work or the bond-a-month plan where you bank, $3 will get you 4 on maturity every time. Nicest thing of all, it's literally impossible to lose your money. If Baby tears your bonds into confetti and drops them out the window, you can recover your cash plus interest in United States Savings Bonds. Now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the What Goes matter.
No answer, Johnny?
No, I guess not, Earl. Either the Branfords aren't at home or they're too sleepy to get up.
Branford. J. Morton Branford. Is that who you're trying to call?
Yeah.
I should have remembered. They're always in Florida this time of year.
All right, then that leaves just one more on this list of big policy holders I made up. Let's see.
I was afraid this wouldn't get us anywhere.
Sealiger.
Except to annoy a lot of our rather... What'd you say?
Bernard Seelegger.
Barney Seelegger? Barney the Bum?
Barney the who?
Alias Barney the Butcher, alias Sea Legs Brown, alias half a dozen other things. Let me see that.
You know him, who he is?
That's the one, all right. Johnny, the cops have been trying for months to locate this man.
No kidding.
Yes, in connection with a lot of narcotics running over the Mexican border.
Uh-huh.
So if he's our man wanting protection, just forget him. If somebody's out to knock him off, it'll be the greatest public service. What?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks as though your predecessor handed him insurance for $320,000.
Why, he must have been crazy, insuring a man like that, and for that amount. And look, only about 6 months ago.
Yeah? You'd rather see him dead and let the company pay off?
Well, you're darn right. Well, no, of course not. We've got to find him, Johnny, and somehow we've got to... But how and where?
Wait. Yeah, Lieutenant Spaulding, Jim Spaulding.
What?
He's an old pal of mine, narcotics squad. Here, let me have that phone. By the time they got Jim Spaulding out of bed and put him on through the switchboard, a lot of precious time had been wasted. But that just couldn't be helped.
You're right, Johnny. And listen, Barney Seelegger tried to call me earlier in the day, only I was down near the border.
He tried calling you?
Well, nobody knows it, least of all the regular police. Well, that's the reason he didn't want Earl Poorman to know. We don't dare take a chance on any leaks.
But wait, look...
But Barney is of more help to us in this narcotics racket than any man alive. And if somebody's trying to knock him off... look, did he give you his present address?
No.
Well, then I'll have to dig it up.
Oh, when you do, give it to me, huh?
Yeah, I'll have one of the boys call you back after I'm on my way.
Okay, the number here is... Hello? Oh, just how does he know where to call me back?
I heard all that, Johnny, and if he's swung to the side of the law, it's more important than ever that we... Now, you can give me a cigarette. You've smoked all mine.
Mm-hmm. Side pocket of my top coat there.
Okay.
Now, let me see. If I can get Lieutenant Spaulding back. Oh, what's the matter?
Well, this card in your pocket with the cigarettes.
Card? What card?
It's the address of some blonde or redhead you plan to call
Yeah,
on.
let me see that.
On Bundy Drive, too. Just half a dozen blocks north of where we live.
Earl, look, don't you see? He told me that when he bumped into me the second time... Don't you see, your pal Barney slipped this into my pocket in case he... 12124 North Bundy Drive. Okay, you call headquarters. Have him tell the lieutenant I'm on my way to this address.
Well, now, Johnny...
In your car. 12124 North Bundy was a small, solid-looking house almost hidden by the remains of a neglected orange grove. There were no lights on, but I went up to the front door and knocked. No answer. And, of course, it was possible that Barney Seelegger had called me from somewhere else. But this was the address he'd been so careful to slip into my pocket. Then I noticed where the power and telephone lines led over to a service box at a rear corner of the house.
Yeah, that's right. No, don't move.
So who's moving?
So I cut the phone line so he couldn't call for help in case he seen what I was... A gun, huh? Thanks. Maybe I can use an extra one. Maybe on you. So, who are you?
Oh, I'm just out for a moonlight stroll. You care to join me?
Wise guy! Just keep them hands up over your head.
Oh, sure.
You a copper?
No.
Huh? I asked you. Oh, maybe you are. Maybe I'll give you the same treatment that Stooley's getting inside there. You want to see? You want to see what you got coming after I'm sure he's dead? And just walk. In front of me. Yeah. To the corner window there.
And he showed me one of the most ingenious and diabolical instruments of murder I've ever seen. In the window was a small, compact air conditioner. But instead of pumping air in through it, he blocked it off, except for a small aperture. And leading to this was a piece of pipe, a pipe connected to a gas line. So instead of taking in air, it was pumping raw gas into that room.
That's right. He's sound asleep. The other window, I seen him take a couple of sleeping pills like he always does when he's scared. When he's dead. I disconnect this line and nobody knows the difference.
No.
No. The air conditioner cleans out the air, and by the time they find that Sully's dead body, nobody knows how it happened to him. Locked up there inside his own... Oh, no, you don't.
I can try, maybe.
I'll kill you. All right. All right now, mister. You should have known better.
Yeah? Well, you just listen.
Yeah? Because now I'm going to kill you with your own gun. Now!
Dollar. Johnny Dollar.
It's okay, Lieutenant.
Oh, well, what goes, Johnny? You knew I was coming up here. Why didn't you... Hey, what's this?
Yeah, you better shut off that gas. And hope that your pal Barney in there is still with us. Yeah, Barney was still alive, but barely. Which is more than you can say for his would-be assassin. One of the lieutenant's bullets had caught him square in the head. So, that is that. Expense account total, including incidentals, and the trip home to Hartford, $368.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Constipation is something people don't talk about much, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a super salesman selling death. But he's not the only one doing a selling job. You've heard the expression, it takes a crook to catch a crook. Well, I'm afraid that's exactly what gets me into trouble on this one. I mean, on account of in order to catch him, I try a little selling myself. I mean, after all, when the potential customer is a beautiful blonde, who wouldn't? That is, until a killer comes in. Then trouble and nothing else but. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Vic Perrin, Forrest Lewis, Frank Gerstle, and Chet Stratton. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
Next, a taut drama of Hollywood homicide as Suspense follows on the CBS Radio Network.
WROW in Albany, New York.
Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Hi, Pat. You've been neglecting me.
Yeah, but think of all the trouble it saved me.
Huh? Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, I haven't had to bleed over one of those fancy expense accounts of yours for nearly a month.
Oh, Pat, you cut me to the quick.
Oh, sure. But no, well, it looks as though I'll have to stick my neck out again.
So, what's the problem?
Well, Johnny, it's a real funny one.
So I'm laughing already?
No. I don't mean funny, ha-ha. I mean funny, peculiar.
Hey, you know, the last time you said that, I got shot at, banged on the head, nearly run over by a truck, and half a dozen other pleasant little things. So come clean, Pat. What is it?
Johnny, maybe you better run over here so we can talk about it.
It'll cost you money.
I'll risk it.
Okay, then. I'm on my way.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Wayward Sculptor matter. Why kid about it? Pat McCracken has handed me some pretty wild cases from time to time, but they've always paid off. So expense account item one, $1.20 for a cab to his office at Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Well, all right, sit down, Johnny. Make yourself comfortable.
Yeah. Hiya, Pat.
Cigarette?
Oh, thanks. Here you are.
Oh. Thank you. Well, Johnny, you know that one of our big problems is discouraging and prosecuting insurance fraud. Not only against us, but against the companies we serve.
Well, I should hope so.
Now, what I've called you about is something that's been going on for a long, long time.
Okay. What kind of fraud is it this time?
We never know.
Huh?
Look here.
Yeah?
A while back, International Life and Casualty received an envelope containing $520 in cash, and with it this note that reads, "Please put this in company treasury. It is money I took from your company on false pretenses. Now I can have a clear conscience." And it was signed Debtor. That's spelled D-E-T-T-E-R.
Funny.
Yeah, that's what I said to you over the phone. Here's another one. $800 enclosed. The sender identifying himself only as a sorry sinner.
More conscience money, huh?
Yeah, that's right. People who collected on fraudulent claims or felt they didn't deserve the money they collected.
I see.
And, Johnny, there have been dozens of them over the years. Most of them have been small amounts, under $1,000. Some of them only $5 or $10.
In other words, not worth investigating to see what fraud they perpetrated and when.
Yes, exactly. But now, look here. This list of payments anonymously received, all of them from the same person.
$833.34 received on July 21st, 1956.
Right.
$833.34 on August 21st, 1956.
Yeah.
Same thing, September 21st.
Same thing the 21st of every month since.
And no letter with him?
Only with the first one. Here. You read it to yourself.
Wilson Trust and Insurance Company, gentlemen. This is only a beginning against the amount paid out on me last month. Be assured I shall make full restitution if it takes 5 years. Well, good for him. Or her. I hope it keeps coming in.
No, Johnny, I want to know who's sending this.
Well, now,
Yes. Not only the law, but company policy demands that we prosecute anyone perpetrating a fraud.
If you can.
All the other conscience money has been in single payments. No way to trace them whatsoever. Also, the amounts have been, well, negligible.
Have all these come from the same post office?
They've all come from New York City, but from as many different post offices as the number of payments that have been made.
But now, Pat, if the man is paying up all he took...
Oh, well, how do we know, Johnny? How do we know he'll come through his promise?
Well...
And we don't know who he is, so we can't know how much he owes us or for what.
So all you want me to do is comb through 7 million people down in New York and somehow find the one man...
Oh, now, I admit it's a challenge, Johnny.
It sure is.
But knowing you...
You're right. There's only one thing to do.
That's it. Give up. Oh, now listen.
No, wait. Give me a pencil and a piece of paper.
Oh, here you go.
All right. He said even if it took him 5 years,
yeah,
that's 60 months. And at $833.34 a month,
what
60 is 3 times 3, 4, $50,000.40.
So?
All right. He started in July of 56 on money paid out the month before, he said.
Yeah.
So, find me a policy where Eastern Trust and Insurance paid off $50,000 in June of 1956.
Oh. And on what type of policy, might I ask?
Life insurance?
Oh, really, Mr. Detective? Why?
Well, you changed those monthly payments to $833.33 and a third cent. But who would cut a penny in the third?
Johnny, you're right. You're right. In 5 years, it comes out to exactly $50,000.
An even figure like that is usually for life insurance,
Yes,
isn't it?
usually.
So find the policy issued by Eastern, paid off in June of 56.
Yeah, it's a chance, Johnny, but let's try it.
And then suddenly it all began to look too easy. In June 1956, the total number of $50,000 benefits paid came out to just exactly one. On the life of Henry Davidson Pollock, a once famous sculptor. Beneficiary, his wife, Sarah Norton Pollock. And it gave her address in New York City.
So Pollock didn't really die at all, but she collected his insurance. Now, conscience-stricken, she is paying it back.
That's what it looks like.
But it's still fraud, so go to it, Johnny.
Right. Expense account item $2, $8.25, train to New York in a cab to the apartment house at 614 East 49th Street. Failing to find Mrs. Pollock's name on the mailboxes, I got hold of the building superintendent.
Mrs. Pollock? Sure. Mrs. Pollock lived here for years.
Well, where is she now, do you know?
You trying to be funny?
What do you mean?
I mean, she died last fall.
Oh, rigged. And it's too late. No, wait a minute. Those payments are still coming in.
What's that?
You're sure that she's dead?
I was with her when she died.
Then, mister, what's going on around here happens to be just plain impossible. Wait a minute. Are we talking about the same person, the same Mrs. Pollock?
Mrs. Henry Davidson Pollock.
That's it.
The widow of the sculptor.
That's the one, all right.
And he lived here in this apartment, too. That is, before he died. That was back in 56. Left all his money, all his insurance to his wife, though goodness knows why.
How did he die?
In that big plane crash out over the desert. Don't you remember? Not a single survivor.
What kind of a man was he?
Oh, kept to himself. Didn't like people much.
And his wife?
Okay, I guess. She was a lot younger than him. Spent all his money all the time, and he didn't like it. Man like that shouldn't be married.
Oh, but he must have thought a lot of her to leave her everything.
He just didn't like being married, tied down. Let it interfere with his work. So his death got him out of it and give her some money to spend before she died.
But somebody's been paying that money back.
Well, now, you think maybe she suffered a change of heart? Something like that? You think she realized she never deserved what he left her? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, sure, that might have been a possibility. Except for one thing. The money's still coming in.
Oh?
Hey, is there anybody to whom she might have turned over that insurance?
Her give anything to anybody else? Not her, mister.
And you're absolutely sure that she's dead?
I carried her in off the street after the car hit her. If you don't believe me, ask a doctor. Dr. Jules Maitland over on Park Avenue. Ask the police.
Yeah, maybe I will. Item 3, 50 cents for a phone call to Pat McCracken back in Hartford.
But, Johnny, if it was his wife who got that money and she wasn't the kind to pass it off to someone else, she'd have to be the one paying it back. But if she's dead...
Died last fall, Pat.
Well, then the whole thing is impossible. Payments have still been coming in. There'll probably be another one plunked down on my desk by the time you get back here. Now, I tell you, somehow that woman must still be alive. So find her.
Oh, Pat.
Find her, Johnny.
But why? Suppose by some miracle she is still alive. Where's the fraud?
Look, people don't just hand over $50,000 for nothing. Somebody's conscience is hurting. What other possible reason could there be for sending that money back to us this way?
Well, now, wait just a minute.
All right, look, Johnny, I'll be honest with you. Maybe there isn't any fraud, so far as the company's concerned.
All right.
But you know something, Johnny? This whole crazy thing has me so curious now that, well, even if there isn't any insurance angle to it...
Except for the money the company keeps getting back.
So, okay. But, Johnny, I want to know what this is all about. And if necessary, I'll pay your expense account myself.
Well, now, Pat, this is the golden opportunity I've been waiting for years.
Don't go overboard, Johnny, huh? But find out for me, will you?
Who knows? If I can. Item 4, $7.85 taxi fares. I talked to Dr. Maitland. No, there was no question about it. The woman who had died when a car struck her last fall was Mrs. Henry Davidson Pollock, wife of the sculptor. The doctor had known both of them very well. I checked with my old pal, Lieutenant Randy Singer at 18th Precinct Police Headquarters. He, too, was sure the woman had died. He'd been called in on the case. Then I remembered something the superintendent of the apartment house had said to me about the way Pollock had wanted to get away from his wife. I went over to the New York Times and checked the old newspaper files. Yes, Henry Davidson Pollock had definitely been a passenger on the ill-fated aircraft had perished along with the rest. I even checked the main office of the airline and learned the same thing. So neither Pollock nor his wife could possibly be sending back that money. But then who could? And why? Dr. Maitland had mentioned a little art gallery over on 3rd Avenue, the only gallery that Pollock had ever dealt with directly. The owner of the gallery was a nervous little man by the name of Walter Bessem.
No, Mr. Dollar. Strange as it may sound, I never met Mr. Pollock.
But I thought you were the only outlet for his sculpture.
Very true, very true. But he was a man who stayed very much by himself, abhorred the public eye, so to speak. Yes.
Well, now, nevertheless, you must have.
You see, it was his wife who always brought his works in here for me to sell, and was always very sure to collect the money for them. Quite frankly, I doubt if Pollock himself ever saw much of the money that resulted from his artistry.
Were his sculptures worth very much, Mr. Bessem?
Mr. Dollar, I have yet to find anyone who has seen his work without wanting to possess some of it. It's beautiful, exciting.
Oh?
In addition to his superb technique, his originality of design, there was a subtle charm about everything he did that was, well, irresistible. Look here, the only one I have left. Fawn at play. Isn't it?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. It's such a little thing, but what's the price of it?
$15,000.
But now, wait. Here, this one over here.
It is not a Pollock, Mr. Dollar.
What? Well, look, I'm not an expert on these things, but it seems to me as though it has the same, well...
Yes, the same style, the same charm, the same delicacy of line. It, too, is a fine work of art. And if I chose, I could pass it off as a genuine Pollock. But it isn't.
Then who did it? And this one over here?
John Wesley Collins. He so admired Pollock's work that he felt the style, at least, should not be allowed to die. Therefore, he has subjugated whatever style he himself might have had to that of the man he worshipped. Fortunately for him, his works, too, command a good price so that... Oh, please, don't touch...
Oh, sorry. How long has this man Collins been doing this?
Well, something over 2 years.
Thanks, Mr. Bessem. I think you've just helped me solve a $50,000 insurance fraud.
What?
Mr. Bessem, I'll see you later. I walked out the front door of the little art gallery on 3rd Avenue. Over my shoulders, I closed the door. I could see the owner, Walter Bessem, make a dash for the little office inside and grab a telephone. I sneaked back in, stepped over behind a rack of picture frames and canvases and listened.
Henry, this is Walter Bessem. Listen. No, listen. Something has just happened that... Well, there was a man here, Johnny Dollar, some kind of insurance investigator, so you... No, you mustn't. But if he comes back here... Very well, I'll unlock the back door for you. But are you sure you... Hello, Henry? Henry?
While Bessem went to the back door, I quietly slipped out the front. I found a telephone booth at the drugstore on the corner. Item 5, a dime for a phone call to Dr. Jules Maitland.
Yes, Mr. Dollar. As I told you when you were here, they were both patients of mine for several years.
All right, Doctor, tell me this. Did Henry Davidson Pollock have a scar, a deep scar on the thumb, one hand, the right hand?
Yes. He told me that when he was a child, he cut through the tip of that thumb very deeply, all the way down to the bone.
That's all I wanted to know.
Well, now, tell me,
Thank you, Doctor. Thanks a lot. The trip to the corner on that phone call couldn't have taken me more than 5 or 6 minutes. And when I went back to the art gallery, Besson was coming out of the little office, careful to close the door of it behind him.
Well, Mr. Dollar, I didn't expect you to return, at least not so soon. Have you decided to buy one of the sculptures by John Wesley Collins, perhaps?
No.
Of course, insofar as the one remaining genuine Pollock is concerned. What's the matter, sir?
Besson, would you like to sit down and write a statement for me?
Statement? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Or would you rather I call in the police?
What are you talking about?
I told you before, Mr. Besson, fraud.
What?
And since it's pretty obvious that you're an accessory...
Fraud, an accessory?
You mentioned the great similarity between the sculptures of Henry Davidson Pollock and John Wesley Collins.
Yes, and I told you the reason for it.
Did you...
Of course.
All right, look here. This one. Fawn at play, you called it.
It's a Pollock, the genuine Pollock.
You'd swear to that?
Of course I would.
And how could you prove it?
Well,
there's one way. The marks left by the artist's right thumb. Here. And here, for instance. Because that thumb was split on the end, left its imprint on the clay.
No, Mr. Dollar.
And I can prove that these recent things done by the man you call John Wesley Collins were done by the same person. They all bear that same mark.
Very well, Mr. Dollar. But the world will never know.
Oh, now, Besson, put that thing down.
Yes, put it down, Walter. Henry, I mean, Mr. Collins, Henry will do. Mr. Dollar, I suppose I should have known that sooner or later. Well, I give myself up to you. But, Henry, the story is a simple one, Mr. Dollar. I suppose you'd like to hear it.
Yeah, I certainly would.
Now, you see, I wanted to get away from my wife for reasons that we don't really have to go into. I planned to fly out to the West Coast to disappear. But at the last minute, I gave the plane ticket to someone else.
On the plane that crashed out there over the desert?
Yes. Then, knowing that my wife thought me dead, and realizing I could become lost in this tremendous city as well as anywhere else in the world, But I'd forgotten about the insurance. So then, anonymously, of course, I started paying it back.
I see.
All of this was very wrong, I know.
Well, I'm afraid it's something for the courts now, Mr. Pollock.
Mr. Dollar, the works of John Wesley Collins have sold very well, at good prices. Only this morning, listen, I was able to mail the whole balance of the $50,000 to the insurance company. Do you think that will help, sir?
So, Pat, there you have it. And you can take whatever action you may think is necessary. Pollock is waiting for the company or the courts or whoever. And Walter Besson is too scared to go anywhere. As for the expense account, I think the company can afford it. The total, including the trip back to Hartford, is $26.15. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of my oldest and wildest friends in one of my rarest and wildest adventures. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Herb Vigran, Edgar Barrier, Carlton G. Young, Will Wright, and Lawrence Dobkin. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, listen. I've just looked up the plane schedule.
Huh?
Yes. Now listen. If you hop into your car and drive on out to Bradley Field, you can just make the plane to New York.
New York? At this ungodly hour?
Listen, will you? It'll get you there just
just in time to catch the morning 707 out here to the coast.
Whoa. Hold everything, will you?
Get going, will you, Johnny, while this thing is still hot?
Wait a minute, I tell you. Who are you? What's this all about?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Art Bascom, Western Life and Trust Insurance here in Los Angeles.
Arthur, in the middle of the night.
It's morning. And, Johnny, you've got to make that jet flight out of New York. Leaves here at 8:45.
Why do I?
Because this may be a case of murder.
Yeah, what may be a case of murder?
Johnny.
Make some sense, will you?
Hurry up or you'll miss that plane.
Art, hello. Okay, here we go again.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Dollar to the Western Life and Trust Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the fatal switch matter. Expense account item 1, $8 for the flight to New York. Item 2, $176.25, the jet flight to Los Angeles. It was shortly after 11 a.m. Pacific time when Art Bascom met me at the L.A. International Airport. We took off in his car and headed south.
Balboa, Johnny. It's about 50 miles down the coast. Very successful. Based on Freebairn's exclusive rights to the patent on a radio control device. Securing rights, that is.
Uh-huh.
Big government order, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I see. All right, now tell me what's happened.
Well, Freebairn's partner, so to speak, is the man who invented this device, who owns the patent. A young bachelor by the name of Edgar Porter.
And?
Johnny, it seems that Porter took the cruiser out for a trip yesterday morning.
Yeah?
Last evening, Mr. Freebairn thought he'd call him by radio. You know, just to find out where he was, make sure he was all right.
Uh-huh. Couldn't raise him?
No, he contacted him without any trouble. But then, in the middle of their conversation, suddenly... Well, Johnny, from what Porter said, his last words over the radio...
Yeah?
Well, it looks as though somebody killed him.
Where's the cruiser now, Art?
Somewhere out in the Pacific. The Coast Guard's trying to find it.
Well, then he hadn't given Freebairn his position.
No. I guess he didn't have time before whatever it was killed him.
Uh-huh. Who else was on board the boat with this man, Porter?
That's the first thing I asked Mr. Freebairn when he phoned me.
Well?
No one.
Huh?
Not even any other boats around. Porter and that cruiser were out there alone. Yet, judging by what he said, someone somehow managed to kill him.
Who said?
Porter himself.
Well, how do you know what he said?
Lester Freebairn told me. He and his wife were talking with Porter by radio when it happened.
Oh, well, then you only have his word for what Porter may have said.
Also, Johnny, Freebairn was making a tape recording of their conversation.
Oh, I wonder why.
I don't know. But he told me over the phone that he has that recording.
And you're sure that Porter was alone out there?
That's what he told Freebairn.
But if he was murdered...
I know. It doesn't make sense.
Brother, it sure doesn't. Let's get on down there to Balboa. The Freebairn home on Newport Bay was small compared to some of those around it, but nice nevertheless. A speedboat was tied up at the dock, but there was no sign of the cruiser. Lester Freebairn was a man of 57 or 8, I'd say, but right now he looked a lot older than it. His wife, considerably younger, was quite a dish. A tall, statuesque redhead. She wore an expensive silk housecoat with an ermine collar. A real careful makeup job, too. Her eyes especially were, well, let's say she knew how to use them. And Art Bascom had said that Edgar Porter was a young bachelor.
Sit down, gentlemen. Sit down.
Yeah, sure.
And, Marilyn, will you bring me another cup of coffee?
Why, of course.
Perhaps Mr. Dollar and Mr. Bascom would like a drink.
No, thanks. You can pass me.
No, thanks, Mr. Peavy.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
I just talked to the Coast Guard again. They've got planes and boats, even a helicopter out there looking for the less one, the cruiser. No sign of her.
Mr. Freebairn, Art tells me you're certain that your partner, Edgar Porter, was alone out there on that yacht.
Because he told me that he was. Now, let me play the tape recording of our brief radio conversation with him.
By all means.
Just give this thing a few seconds to warm up.
How'd you happen to record your conversation with him?
I just made some modifications in this machine, and I thought I'd check it out. I'm so glad now I did.
Oh. Now, that's a make I don't think I've ever seen before.
Oh, I made it myself, Dollar. Like this receiver here, the transmitter. Make all these things myself. That's the reason I'm in the business I am.
And it's a lot better than that old chemical plant he started out with. Here you are, darling.
Thank you, my dear. Now, let's start the tape. You'll hear both our voices on it, Mr. Dollar. Listen.
Lester, you would spoil my little trip by calling me up this way.
Just wanted to see how you're doing, boy. Is everything okay?
Okay, it's great. I'm having myself a ball out here.
Hello, Edgar.
Hi, Marilyn.
What's your position, Ed?
Oh, 50, 60 miles out. And believe me, it's great to be away from people and thing, Regine.
You're all alone?
Nobody within miles.
Oh, you're sure of that?
Why, of course I am.
Not even a girlfriend along?
Nah, you know better than that, Marilyn. Nope, there isn't even another boat in sight. Hey, it's kind of chilly out here.
Edgar, put on the cabin heater, the gas heater.
I put it on just a minute ago.
Good. Only, Ed, be sure the ceiling vent is wide open.
Oh, yes, Edgar. Be careful.
Now, don't worry. I know this old tub just as...
What?
No. You wouldn't do it. Good heavens, man, you can't do this to... No.
Edgar, hello.
Johnny, that was a pistol shot.
Yeah, that's all there was to the recording?
That's all, Dollar. We kept trying to call him back, but got no answer.
But he said he was certain he was all alone.
Yes. Well, Dollar?
Impossible, huh?
Impossible.
Except for one thing.
Yes?
The fact it happened. One thing is sure, Mr. Freeburn, there isn't much we can do until the Coast Guard locates that cruiser of yours.
They've promised to call the minute they do.
Johnny.
Yes, Mrs. Freeburn.
Oh, it's Marilyn. If you don't mind.
Oh, sure. No, I don't mind. Well?
Edgar said he'd already put on the gas heater there in the cabin.
Why, yes. And the cabin on the Leslin is rather small. Carbon monoxide would build up in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, but he said he'd just turned it on.
Nevertheless...
He also said he knew that boat as well as you do, which means he knew have to be careful of that heater.
Well, we all get careless now and then.
Also his last words. Good heavens, man, you can't do this. Now, who's the man he was talking to?
It doesn't make sense, Johnny, because he swore he was alone out there.
Yeah, but was he?
Oh, Edgar was so painfully honest, even about little things. If he said he was alone, he was. Or at least he believed that he was.
Well, if somebody had come out of some hiding place to threaten him, wouldn't he have identified him by name, at least for your benefit?
Hiding place?
Well, don't forget, he knew that you were hearing every word he said.
Yes, of course. But as for anyone hiding there on a boat, no, it's impossible. Edgar was too meticulous. He would have checked over every inch of that cruiser before setting out.
Now, you're sure of that, huh?
Oh, when we'd all planned to go out together, it used to drive us to near distraction, having to wait for Edgar to inspect every line, every locker, even the engine box, every nook and cranny.
Could somebody have got aboard after he left the harbor?
Without his knowing it? No, never.
What about that shot, just as he was cut off?
I wonder. You know about radio equipment, Mr. Freeburn?
And I know what you're thinking, Dollar. Yes, it's quite possible that was simply some connection breaking when he fell against the transmitter.
Or it may have been a shot.
By whom? Suicide?
Edgar? Oh, never, Johnny.
You sound pretty sure of that.
Oh, I agree with the Dollar. Edgar had too much to live for. His invention's about to make him millions, thanks to what I've been able to do with it.
Well, then this radio control device will do all right by you, too, won't it?
Of course it will. Now, just a minute. What do you mean to imply by that?
Incidentally, Art.
Yes, John.
Just what's the insurance angle on this thing?
Oh, I thought you understood. There's a partnership policy between Edgar and Mr. Freeburn.
Survivor of the two becomes the beneficiary?
Yes.
For good heavens, do you think money would ever compensate for the loss of a man, a friend like Edgar?
What's the face value?
$225,000.
Oh,
No, dollars.
Hey, tell me, if Edgar is dead, Mr. Freebairn, do all rights to this patent revert to you?
Yes. After all, I'm the one who... Now, look here, young man.
Yes, Johnny.
Well, just take it easy now. Oh, and there's one thing I forgot to ask you.
Well?
How did you get to know Ed Porter?
There's no secret about it. Marilyn met him at some yacht club affair, persuaded him to bring the radio control to me.
Oh, and there's another thing I forgot to ask.
Yes, what's that?
Who is your contact over at the Coast Guard?
A man by the name of Adam Patrick.
Huh? Pat?
Why do you say it that way, Johnny?
Well, he's an old friend of mine. Gave me a hand when I was out here on the Ellen Deer matter.
Ellen Deer?
Yeah, name of a big yacht that was being used for smuggling stuff up from Mexico, narcotics and stuff.
Well, certainly you don't think our cruiser was being used for... I don't see the connection.
All right, let me use your car.
Of course, Johnny. Here are the keys.
Good, thanks.
Where are you going?
Well, instead of waiting for Pat to call here, I think I'll run over and see him.
I think you're right, Dollar. Why don't we all go on over there? We can get any news of the Lazoon and Edgar firsthand.
No, thanks. I'll go alone.
May I ask why?
Because I've suddenly got me a handful of ideas about this whole affair.
Oh, Johnny? Like what?
I never was very good at mathematics.
Mathematics?
If I can get there first, well, maybe I can add 2 and 2 together and somehow come up with 5.
What?
That is, if Edgar Porter was murdered.
All you need to know, KNX 670 News Radio.
I tore on over Coast Guard quarters. One of my old pal, Adam Patrick, was just about to take off in a cutter.
Okay, boys, cast off and let's get underway. Aye, sir.
No, wait.
Johnny!
Hold everything, will you?
Here I come. Johnny Dollar, who do you think you are, Superman?
Hiya, Pat. I hope you're heading out to the Pleasant.
Why, yes, one of our coppers spotted her a few miles out. You mean you're working on this one, too?
Yeah, kind of a thick one, isn't it?
Sure is. Now, a man completely alone out there could be murdered. There couldn't possibly have been anyone with him. At least with old man Freeburn has been telling me the truth.
Oh, I think he has, Pat. At least as far as he's gone.
What do you mean by that?
Well, does he know you've located the lesson?
Sure. When I got word, I phoned him, then grabbed Dr. Wilson. See him up board there.
Hey, wait a minute. You gave Freeburn the position of the lesson?
Sure, why not?
Hey, listen, can you get a few more knots out of this barge?
We're up on top right now. What do you mean, Johnny?
How much do you know about Lester Freeburn and his wife?
Oh, man, that's Marilyn.
Huh?
Greatest business asset a promoter like Freeburn could possibly have.
Oh,
How else do you think he got his paws on that radio control he makes?
Yeah, I know about her connections.
Why not? Why shouldn't she? It's that kind of monkey shines that keeps her in furs and expensive cars and everything else she likes.
Yeah, I see. Then the Freeburns are quite a team, huh?
Understatement of the week.
And I understand he does pretty well for himself.
Look, when that government contract gets rolling, and if his partner's dead, well, man, he'll be back in the black so fast.
Oh, you think he's in the red now?
Look, after all that dough he spent on that plant, Johnny.
A couple of $100,000 might come in handy, huh?
Even $1,000 or two. What are you getting at?
Let's get on out to the Leslin, huh? It took us something under an hour to reach the Leslin, where she drifted around on the calm sea untended.
If had her engines running, she might have got halfway across the Pacific before we found her.
While the crew of the cutter were preparing to tow her into harbor, Pennon, the doctor, and we climbed aboard. I took a good, careful look around, and believe me, I found plenty. Edgar Porter was dead, all right. His body slumped over the radio set. Carbon monoxide, the doctor said.
At least that's what my preliminary examination shows, Mr. Dollar.
But then, before we could get her underway, sure enough, Lester Freeburn rolled up in his speedboat. He came aboard, joined us in the cabin, took a look at the body of Edgar Porter, and then...
Then it was carbon monoxide poisoning. And I told him by radio to be sure that this vent was open.
Too late, Mr. Freeburn.
What, Mr. Dollar?
Well, that fast little boat of yours didn't get you here soon enough. That vent was wide open. Yeah, the first thing I looked at.
Well, then I don't understand. If it was carbon monoxide poisoning...
Yes, John.
Oh, sure it was. But not from this gas heater.
You mean maybe some leak in the exhaust system?
Not even that would have done it, Pat. This cabin door was wide open when we came aboard.
Well, even so...
Alive, Edgar was pretty valuable to you, Mr. Freeburn.
Of course. As my partner with his invention.
And your wife, with an eye for the dollar sign, roped him in very nicely for you. I guess he really had a case on her.
I utterly failed to see...
But Edgar dead would be even better, you thought.
Oh, now, look
No
here.
more need to share the profits on his invention.
Are you trying to say I thought of killing him?
This radio transmitter and receiver, some of your work?
Of course.
But before getting into electronics, you were a chemist, weren't you? So you'd know even better than I do how carbon monoxide can be produced from a little crystal of some kind. I forgot the name of it. But when it gets thoroughly heated...
Look here, Dollar. Edgar was alone on this boat.
Now you look. The cord on his microphone is very short.
So?
He had to lean over the transmitter when he talked to you by radio.
So what?
That's one of the reasons you knew he fell against Spinetta when he keeled over. You mentioned it when you played back that tape for us.
Well, I simply assumed...
You knew he did. Even as you knew his head would be right over this grill work on top of the transmitter when he used the mic. Look through the grill, Pat.
Yeah, Johnny.
All right, that little coil on the back of the panel where nobody'd notice it.
Yeah?
A heating element that was turned on when the mic was turned on, see? There, you see, it's starting to glow, like a small coil on one of those electric heaters. And believe me, it had nothing to do with transmitting a signal.
Dollar.
Instead, it was used to heat up a crystal of that chemical I mentioned to produce a deadly concentrated dose of carbon monoxide.
Johnny.
Sure. Take a good look at that coil, and I'm sure you'll find traces of the chemical on it. Get the picture, Pat?
Yeah, Johnny, I sure do. All he had to do was stay right there in his home and put in a call to Porter on the radio.
That's right.
To answer him, Porter turned on this transmitter, and he leaned over to use the mic. That meant he was right on top of the coil with the chemical on it. The coil that was heating up, producing the gas that killed him. Oh, that dirty, diabolical.
Well, Mr. Freeburn. Yep. Lester Freeburn had suddenly run out of answers. And I'm willing to bet that the best lawyer in the country can't get him out of this one. Best of all, of course, he won't collect a penny of the insurance on the partner that he murdered. Expense account total, including all the incidentals I could think of, and the plane fare back to Hartford, $386.21. And cheap at half the price. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, well, one of the most clever, most ingenious crimes I've ever run into during my career as a special investigator. Motive and method are all too obvious. So are all the clues needed to solve the crime. Yet, a simple little device we're all familiar with is used to cover them up and apparently make them meaningless. Yeah, I'm talking about a device that we all use every day. There's probably one of them right there in that room with you, right beside you, waiting for you to pick it up and use it. Just be sure that you don't use it to cover up a murder. Instead, well, be sure to join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Olin Soule, Sam Edwards, Will Wright, and Herschel Bernard. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Johnny Dollar.
Paul Peters, Johnny, at Western Indemnity Company.
Oh, hiya, Paul. How's the weather out there in the City of the Angels?
Johnny,
Yeah?
can you come out here right away?
What's up?
Well, put it this way. How would you like to give some much-needed help in the race for outer space?
Oh, well, if you mean take a ride in one of those experimental space capsules...
No, I mean...
Thanks, Paul, but I'll stay in the cheering section for a while.
No, I mean put a stop to the trouble that's threatening to... But, Johnny, we have no proof. No proof at all.
No proof of what?
That these deaths were anything but accidental. That they weren't incidental to something much bigger.
Paul...
But if you can find out who's in back of them, who's in back of all this...
Hey, look, will you start making sense?
What?
The race for outer space, remember?
Yes, Johnny, and you know its importance.
Yeah, and I take it some company, some client of yours has a hand in it.
Yes.
But they're having trouble.
Yes.
What?
Because although there's no proof, I'm convinced, Johnny.
Yeah? Well, come on, Paul.
All right. Sabotage.
Oh?
Yes, Johnny. Sabotage.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Western Indemnity Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Flask of Death matter. Expense account item 1, $180.40 for a plane to New York, then one of the big jets to Los Angeles. Item 2, $570 for a cab to Paul Peters' office on Wilshire Boulevard on the strip they call the Miracle Mile.
I've arranged a rental car for you, Johnny, so you can get on up there right away.
On up where, Paul? And you still haven't told me what this is all about.
Look here at this detailed map, just above Santa Barbara. Here.
Hey, looks like that road runs off into the ocean.
On a high bluff overlooking the ocean is the Bar Manufacturing Company.
Bar.
From the names of Doctors Joseph L. Barham and Ralph T. Barnwell. They're a couple of top-grade scientists.
So what do they build? Spaceships?
Ostensibly, they make small aircraft components, but actually, well, after they were dropped from governmental service, they begged and borrowed a lot of money to set up a little plant. And they've developed a capsule they're sure will enable a man safely to return from outer space.
Kind of competing with the government, aren't they?
Barham and Barnwell are determined to prove that private enterprise can accomplish more than a lot of inter-service wrangling can.
More power to them.
And if they can prove their rescue capsule works, they'll make millions, Johnny, literally millions.
Well, I should think so.
Naturally, we, as their insurance company, will benefit, too. So far, though, it's cost us a lot of money.
Oh, how, Paul?
Insurance policies on a couple of their key men who died recently under most peculiar circumstances.
Yeah, how?
During the testing of this device, but nobody seems to know exactly how or why those men died. Now, if you can find out for us...
Yeah, well, I can try.
Barham and Barnwell don't want you up there poking around, Johnny, but I've insisted on it, so they're expecting you.
I see.
So will you get on up there right away?
Sure, why not? Thanks to a good freeway system, I arrived at the Bar plant shortly after 2 p.m. One of the guards led me onto a long steel platform that stuck far out over a wide cove at the edge of the ocean. At the end of it, surrounded by a lot of complicated machinery, attended by half a dozen men, was Dr. Ralph Barnwell at the controls of a gigantic hoist. A long, heavy steel cable on it was pulling something out of the deep waters of the cove. Much to my surprise, Dr. Barnwell didn't seem to resent my presence at all.
Yes, Dollar. Here comes the space capsule. This time the test has to be successful.
Say, tell me, Dr. Barnwell.
Twice before it was plunged fired into this deep hole at the edge of the ocean under conditions stimulating a return from outer space. Everything within the capsule functioned perfectly. The tests were a complete success, except for one thing.
Yeah, what's that?
For no apparent reason, for no reason at all.
Yeah?
The man inside it was dead.
I see.
Easy now. Lower, Doc. Yes. All right now. Ready on the cradle. And that's why, Mr. Dollar. That's why my partner, Dr. Joseph Barham, insisted on making this test himself. All right, men. Release the pressure so we can open the door of the capsule. All ready? Good. Good. All right, now come along, Dollar.
Open it up yourself, don't you?
Yes. Yes, I'll open it. Stand aside. Stand aside, men, so that we can... All right, now, Dr. Barham, did you... Joseph.
Whoa, Doctor.
Like the others, sir. Dr. Barham's dead.
You saw it yourself, Dollar. There was nothing inside that capsule that could possibly have killed Joseph Barham.
Yeah, well, now, maybe the autopsy will, Doctor?
Yes, of course. We'll have an autopsy, the same as we had on the other two men who died this way, but I know what the findings will be.
What, sir?
Asphyxiation. But I tell you, it's impossible. If the atmosphere inside it became insufficient or faulty for any reason at all, it would have shown up on the tape recordings that we so carefully checked over. And these young scientists we employed don't miss anything, Dollar.
Well, what about a poisonous gas of some kind in there?
Poisonous gas?
Well, 3 of these in a row, Doctor. It looks kind of deliberate, doesn't it?
The presence of any known poisonous gas would have been recorded, too.
Any known poisonous gas?
What?
Well, isn't that what you said, Doctor? And with all the people in the world who'd like to see you fail with the rescue capsule, don't you think a few of them might be clever enough to make up something you couldn't spot?
You're talking about some spy, that sort of nonsense?
Is it nonsense?
Nothing could be placed in that capsule without our knowing about it.
You're pretty sure of all the people you have working here?
Of course we are, as sure as we can be.
Yeah?
And what's more, if anything, any device had been placed in the capsule to release this poisonous gas you're talking about, we'd have discovered it when we opened the capsule. We'd have smelled traces of it.
Well, maybe. And maybe it sounds wild, Doctor, but have you considered the possibility of the man himself in there releasing some kind of...
Dr. Barham, a suicide? No. Good heavens, no.
All right, how was a breathable atmosphere provided inside that thing?
2 oxygen tanks, primarily, and a minus-pressure tank system containing a CO2 absorption unit, plus, of course...
Well, what's been done with the oxygen tanks that were aboard?
Why, they've probably been returned to the storeroom where they can be made ready for the next test.
You're not sure?
I tell you, Dollar, the presence of any poisonous gas...
Any known poisonous gas, remember? You know that rescue capsule inside and out, don't you?
Every square inch. Even the most minute detail.
Well, I know nothing about it, but, Doctor, that might be an advantage in my investigation.
What?
Because I have no preconceptions about why or how some device couldn't be put aboard.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
So maybe I'm just the one to find out how it was.
But that doesn't...
Also, I have a strange little hunch I'd like to follow up. Do you believe in hunches, Doctor?
Hardly. As a scientist, But, Mr. Dollar, if your hunch can result in finding the killer among us...
Maybe it will, Doctor. Maybe it will. My hunch was a long shot, and I knew it. But my hunches usually pay off. Dr. Barnwell promised no interferences and gave me a pass that would get me by his security guards to any department or laboratory in the place. I talked with some of his bright young scientists and engineers and other technicians, not because I expected to get anything from them, and I didn't, but to hide my real purpose. Then I wandered into the storeroom where the oxygen cylinders were kept. I talked to a rather dull-witted character named Pete Prosser.
Just about to empty out these here little oxy bottles and go home. Say, didn't I see you up there on the dock with Dr. Barnwell this afternoon, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, that's right, Pete. And, aren't you the one who opened some of the valves on the outside of that capsule just before Dr. Barnwell opened the door of it?
Well, release valves, they call them, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah.
I open them up real slow so as to let the inside pressure get what you call equalized with the outside air.
Or to release whatever was inside that killed it.
Oh, what you say, Mr. Dollar?
Pete, where do the oxygen bottles come from that are used to provide an atmosphere in that capsule?
Right here in my storeroom, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, you fill them up yourself? From a master cylinder of the stuff, something like that, huh?
Oh, no, sir. I only issue them out when I get the orders, Mr. Dollar. I guess they don't think I got brains enough for anything much else. But I really have, Mr. Dollar. I got a lot of...
Well, who does fill them up for use?
Well, now, that's a funny thing, Mr. Dollar. I don't exactly know.
You don't know?
But it must be some of the scientists they got all around here. For all I know, Mr. Dollar, is they're always full and ready when I get the orders to deliver flask number so-and-so and so-and-so up to the dock. I come down here and get them and then help install them.
What happened to the bottles that we used this afternoon?
Well, the first thing we done, Mr. Dollar, was check them out up there on the dock.
Check them out?
Well, sure, Mr. Dollar, to be sure they still had pressure in them in case their running out was what killed poor Dr. Barnes. But it wasn't. On account of they still had plenty of pressure.
You emptied them up there?
Oh, no, sir, Mr. Dollar. That's what I was going to do when you come here just now. You see them here on this rack?
Yeah. What have you hooked them up to? That pipe through the ceiling there. What's that?
Oh, that's the exhaust. You see, I just put this valve, and they empty out in the air where they can't cause no explosion or nothing.
No, wait. Close that valve.
Oh, sure. Only we can't fill them up fresh if we don't empty them first.
Hey, Pete, well, listen, Pete.
Yes, sir, Mr. Dollar.
Well, I've kept you after hours, and I'm sorry for that.
Oh, that's all right.
So, why don't you run along and I'll take care of emptying these flasks for you, huh?
Well, now, that's real nice of you, Mr.
Yeah,
Dollar.
sure. I'll see you in the morning.
Yes, sir. Well, good night, Mr. Dollar, and thank you, sir.
When he was gone, I tore over to one of the laboratories I'd visited earlier. There I borrowed a couple of healthy-looking white mice. Then back to the storeroom. I hooked a tube onto each of the oxy bottles and slowly fed the contents, supposedly pure oxygen, into the cage with the mice. Well, for a while, they cavorted about very merrily, and I wondered if for once my hunch had been a wrong one. But then, suddenly, the mice keeled over, lay there, gasping for breath. And by the time I could shut off the valve, both of them were stone dead. Now I knew how Dr. Barham and the others had been killed inside the space rescue capsule. But by whom? And more important at the moment, why? And then I remembered the old Latin phrase, cui bono, who benefits? And the answer came so easily I could have kicked myself. But how to prove all this? Well, maybe if I took the lethal oxygen tanks up to Dr. Barnwell's office and... maybe there was a better way. Yeah, a little less dangerous.
Yes, come in. Oh, come in, Mr. Dollar.
Hi, Doctor.
Well, as long as you're still around, why don't we have dinner together and see? What's that you have there?
Oh, it's just one of the oxygen bottles that was taken off the rescue capsule this afternoon. Yeah, I'll sit it here by the door.
May I ask why?
Well, because I think the valve has developed a leak, and I just thought you ought to know about it.
The valve? It leaks?
Sure. Did you hear it?
Yes. Yes, well, then we'd best get it out of here.
Oh, no, that's all right. Sit down, Doctor. I want to talk with you.
Yes, but a lot of additional oxygen in here. If you were to forget and light a cigarette, light a match.
I won't forget. Probably wouldn't do a thing anyway.
Now, Mr.
You know, in spite of your nice reception, I understand you didn't want me to come up here and poke around.
Well, I'm sorry if you got that impression. It's probably because Dr. Barham and I thought that...
You and Barham got out of government service, didn't you?
Why, yes, we did, because we...
Because the security boys found out some things about you they didn't like?
I know that's ridiculous.
Doctor, I'm not going to beat around the bush any longer. I should have known there was something phony about your ordering the pressure released in that capsule before you'd opened it up this afternoon.
What?
It was really to dissipate the poison gas in it, wasn't it?
What poison gas? Mr. Dollar, I told you my opinion of your poison gas theory earlier. But now about this flask of oxygen you
Doctor, now that the capsule works, it's worth millions, isn't it?
Works? By killing 3 good men?
The first 2, I suspect, were to convince everybody it was accidental.
What?
Sure. So nobody'd be suspicious when Dr. Barham...
Dollar.
Yeah. Leaving everything to you immediately.
What is this nonsense? And listen, about this leaky bottle of oxygen...
Well, now, why get so upset about it?
I'm not upset.
Then sit down.
No,
Doctor, I said sit down.
What do you mean? Done?
Yes, sir, that's right. Now move over so I can call the police to come and pick you up for murder.
No, you can't prove it. And listen to me.
Well?
Listen, we must get out of here quickly.
Oh, I'm in no hurry. Now, Dr. Barnwell...
Listen, that flask there by the door leaking the gas in here.
I thought it was harmless oxygen.
It is. Of course it is. Only just... Please, let me out.
Doctor, you try to move and I'll pull this trigger so...
But that gas... That hydrogen oxygen gas.
Oh, is that what you really put in that harmless-looking little flask?
Yes.
The same slow-acting gas you used to kill your partner and the other 2, huh?
Yes.
Then you admit it, huh?
Yes, I killed him. I killed Barham to get the plant for myself.
You'll put that in writing?
Anything, but let me out before the gas kills me, too. I can feel it now. We're too late, We're too late.
Oh, stop blubbering and get up on your feet.
Too late, we'll die.
Wrong, Doctor. This flask isn't one of those out of the capsule.
What?
No. I pulled this one off the shelf. All it holds is pure oxygen. I hope. I don't know, of course, but I suspect the government will take over. Maybe they'll have something in that space rescue capsule. But as for money, royalties... Well, I'm sure that Barnwell won't be able to spend more than in prison. Expense account total, including a couple of days and nights in Santa Barbara and the trip back to Hartford, $431 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. We've a story that's called The Wholly Unexpected Matter. And believe me, the title fits. Yeah, it involves a wild trip across the country in search of a killer. A killer who just happens to be looking for me. Who apparently knows more about my plans and where I'm going than I do myself. All of which leads up to a really unexpected twist at the end of the yarn. I think you'll like this one. Like it a lot. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Paul Duboff, Parley Bear, G. Stanley Jones, Horace Lewis, Tom Hanley, and Bill James. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar.
George Reed here, Floyd's of England.
Hiya, George.
Johnny, I just received a frantic call from Mr. Alvin Peabody Cartwright.
Isn't he always?
What?
Isn't he always frantic?
I guess you have a point there.
Yeah, how is that eccentric, absent-minded, sweet old character?
Well, frantic.
You said that.
But as you know, he's one of our most valuable clients.
Yeah, because of those nice fat insurance premiums he pays every year.
Exactly. So it's important that we never hesitate to serve him when he calls on us.
So what goes?
He wants you out on the West Coast immediately.
Oh, why?
Well, he didn't say, as usual. You know how he is about these things.
Oh, yeah, I know. The last time he called, it was about somebody who was trying to murder him.
Exactly.
But the time before that, it was just to give me a Christmas present.
I know.
Okay, George. His place in Beverly Hills?
No, he's up in Santa Barbara at the home of a Mr. Rockland Rockwell.
Rockwell.
Also a client of ours, also extremely wealthy.
Well, good. Maybe I can drag down a nice big fee on this one.
Also, Johnny.
Yeah?
If this thing involves Mr. Rockwell rather than Cartwright, well, believe me, it may be plenty serious.
Oh? Okay, George. I'll be in touch.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. The Floyds of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the too much money matter. Expense account item 1, $171.40 for a plane that got me to Los Angeles early the next morning. Item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car. And the drive up the coast to Santa Barbara took me a little under 2 hours. A gas station attendant who gave me directions to the Rockwell place seemed quite impressed that I was going there. I found out why about 20 minutes later after driving up to the top of a high, densely wooded hill. Yeah, there must have been 10 acres, all of it beautifully landscaped. Broad, sweeping lawns. And on the wide, winding road up to the main house, I must have passed at least a dozen gardeners and nurserymen, tending not only the vast lawns, but the well-ordered shrubbery and the magnificent trees, the myriad flower beds. As for the house itself, well, to call it a castle would almost be an understatement. All of it, built of native stone, with towers, turrets, and parapets. And purely incidentally, there must have been 7 or 8 expensive cars parked in the driveway. Yeah, I felt almost timid about raising the heavy iron knocker. Yeah, real impressive.
But Johnny!
Hiya.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Cartwright.
You're a good boy, Johnny.
Only, I expected nothing less than 3 or 4 uniformed butlers to let me into a joint like this.
Isn't it a lovely little place?
You call this little?
Well, if Rocky Rockwell ever gives in to me and sells me this house, yeah, or if anything happens to him...
Oh, you think something may?
Oh, now that's a silly question. Why else you think I'd send all the way to Hartford for you? Oh, this is a terrible situation, Johnny. It's
Well, you
terrible.
better tell me all about it, then.
Well, then don't just stand here at the door letting in the flies.
Oh.
Come on inside and I will.
Yeah, sure.
Johnny, I've thought that I've had reason to think that maybe my life might have been in danger now and then.
Oh, I know.
But always, thanks to you, that danger's been removed. But in the case of Rocky here, oh, and he's an old friend. Well, Johnny, I honestly don't know what you can do about this whole terrible thing. But you will, won't you? I mean, you'll do everything you can.
Well, where is Mr. Rockwell?
Brave man that he is. Rocky is going right ahead with his parties, his entertaining, just as though nothing was wrong.
Entertaining of whom, Mr. Cartwright?
Of anybody, everything.
Huh?
Oh, now, don't you understand, Johnny? That's all he does. He gives hunts and balls and parties and entertains people. Well, what would you do if you had all his money in this beautiful place and all the time in the world to do it?
Well, I don't know.
Well, of course you would. So, right now, Rocky and his guests are out riding on a fox hunt. You know, yoinks and tally-ho and suey and all the rest of it. You know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just as though everything was all right.
But it is.
Oh, no, it certainly isn't. And if this thing, this terrible, this tragic...
This what, Mr. Cartwright?
What?
Well, you still haven't told me just what you're so worried about.
What's the matter with you, boy? I'm worried about my friend, Rocky Rockwell.
But why?
Huh? Oh.
Well?
Yeah, oh, yes, well, of course. Well, because he's going to be murdered.
You're sure of that?
Yes, Johnny. murdered.
Hello, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Too Much Money Matter.
Okay, now, Mr. Cartwright, you'd better tell me exactly what reason you have for thinking Mr. Rockwell may be murdered.
Maybe he will be. Unless you can do something about it.
Why?
Well, Johnny, I'd rather he told you about it after he and the rest come back from the fox hunt.
Well, look, if this is such an emergency...
Of course it is.
Okay,
but
then.
First, I want to show you around this lovely little house.
Ah.
You know, to see what you think of it, in case Rocky does decide to sell it to me.
Oh, now, wait, Mr. Cartwright.
Or, heaven forbid, in case something happens to the poor man.
But if it's so urgent that I get to work on this case,
I told
should...
you it is, didn't I? Now come along and I'll show you the house.
Mr. Cartwright.
Not another word, Johnny. Come along.
Well, I suppose a description of the Rockwell mansion seems out of place in a report of this kind. But it's just too fabulous to pass up with only a word. The reception hall where we started was floored with polished marble. There was heavy oak furniture and huge gilded mirrors, a wrought iron chandelier. On one side, a broad oaken staircase led up to the second floor. The living room, the main salon, well, it must have been 80 feet long with a 15 or 16-foot ceiling, full-length French windows, and a tremendous granite fireplace with a slab of finished oak for a mantelpiece. A thick, lush oriental carpet covered almost the entire floor. And then there was a music room with not only 2 concert grand pianos, but a full pipe organ. The main dining room could have seated at least 100 people. And there was a morning room with walls of patterned silk instead of wallpaper, a couple of private little sitting rooms. The library must have held literally thousands of leather-bound books on mahogany shelves that reached from floor to ceiling. The den, in addition to a study, was paneled in richly green walnut. So was the billiard room in the huge basement. As for the bedrooms, I mean the 5- and 6-room suites on the second floor. Well, why go on? We ended up back in the den. Or maybe it was only one of the dens.
Well, do you like it, Johnny?
Wow.
Well, now, what does that mean? After all, I may be able to buy it for only $2-3 million. Unless, as I said, Johnny.
But why, Mr. Cartwright? Why do you think he's in danger?
How should I know why? And why should I be bothered with trifles like that when they... Oh, look.
Huh?
Look. I see. Here they come. They're riding gaily over hill and dale. They're returning from the hunt.
Oh, Mr. Rockwell's with him?
Of course he is. So, Johnny, you stay right here.
Well, now, look.
And I'll go out and fetch him to come in and tell you everything.
Well, Mr. Cartwright... A few minutes later, when Mr. Cartwright brought him into the den, well, Rockland Rockwell was hardly the stately, dignified sort of person you'd expect to be the lord of such a manor. Instead, he was a gross, almost disgustingly fat, florid sort of man who wheezed as though he was about to draw his last breath. I wondered how he'd survived the rigors of a fox hunt, or more to the point, how he'd found a horse powerful enough to carry him over the jumps. He plumped into a chair and got right to the point.
It's as simple as this, Dollar. Years ago, over in England, I pulled a real fast one on one of my competitors over there, a fellow named Ashley, Lord Jacob Hunter Ashley, Britisher.
Oh, I see.
Britisher. He did it so clever, yes, he never knew that I was behind it all. He thought that I was still his friend, especially when I gave him a couple of thousand of those British pounds to keep him and his wife and kid from starving. I put him out of business, ruined him. Dollar, it got me all of this. You like my place?
It's impressive.
Yeah, that's it. It's impressive. Impress anybody. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But go on, please.
Well, Dollar, I figured I'd been smart enough that nobody would ever know that it was me tricked Ashley, especially when Ashley finally died, not even knowing himself. But now somehow Ashley's son, Marvin, been one of those worthless actors, play actor all his life. Somehow Marvin Ashley has found out.
Well, how do you know, Mr. Rockwell?
How does he know? Why, Johnny.
Well, Mr. Cartwright, how?
Huh? Well, I don't know, Johnny.
Mr. Rockwell?
A few months ago, Marvin wrote me from England and said he was coming here and to take bloody revenge for the poverty I inflicted upon his father and family. His exact words, Dollar.
Exact words, huh?
Words, yeah.
Well, then he must have been quite a ham.
Yes, and then a few days ago, a telephone call, that silly British accent, just like his father.
Young Ashley.
Yes, Marvin Ashley, to say that he was here in the States.
I see.
And I told him that I'm a changed man, Dollar.
Well, I hope so, Rocky.
Yes, I told him that I'd make it up to him and give him anything he wants. Told him it's been on my conscience, and it has, Dollar.
Yeah, I'm sure it has.
But he told me that he's coming here, that he's going to kill me.
Rocky, for what you did, I don't blame him.
I know.
Yes, well, if I'd have known such a thing about you...
I know. But I'm sorry now. I'm sorry.
Why? Because you're scared?
I say I'm sorry. Isn't that enough? All right. Don't you see, Dollar? Unless you can somehow find him, he'll murder me. Murder me.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Rocky Rockwell, if I'd known this about you, and I thought you'd earned all your money honestly.
Who are you to talk, Alvin? Did you earn yours honestly?
Well, of course I did. I inherited
Oh,
it.
now, look,
All
gentlemen.
right, Dollar. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Ashley is right in wanting to kill me, but it's your duty to see that he doesn't, whether you like it or not.
Okay, maybe so. At least until I can get the police here.
The police? And expose me for what I am? I mean for what I once was?
Maybe you were right the first time.
Attaboy, Johnny. I'm with you. Why, Rocky...
You shut up, Alvin. Now, listen, Dollar. Marvin Ashley could even be one of the people here in my home right now.
You mean you don't even know all your house guests?
How can I? There must be 20 of them. 20 or more. Sure, some of them are friends, but some are friends of friends, or friends of friends of friends, or I entertain people all the time. Everybody knows it, so anybody comes who wants to.
All this so you can show off your wealth.
All right. So what if it is, eh?
How much do you know about young Ashley? His looks, his build?
Nothing.
How old is he?
Well, he could be 35 or 40 by now.
Well, if he hasn't shown his hand, made any attempt to get at you...
If he hasn't yet, then he will. And if he's here now, you've got to find him. Well, Dollar?
I'll give it some thought. I didn't like this because I didn't like the man Rockwell. But a job's a job, and after all, I was on assignment. There were nearly 30 people at dinner that evening, and Rockwell made a good host, even though he didn't know the names of half of them, and he gave no sign that he suspected any of them. Nor did I. Nor did I see anyone who looked or sounded English, much less like any actor I've ever known. After dinner, Rockwell took me aside.
Well, Dollar, is he here? Have you spotted him?
No.
Well, but you've got to, boy. Because the more I think about it, the more sure I am that he must be here by now.
Maybe not.
So you've just got to stay with me all the time, every minute.
Now, look, Mr.
So
Rockwell.
come along. Gibson, Stratton, Edwards, and Peterson want to play some pool down in the billiard room.
Gibson, Stratton?
Well, you met them at dinner, so we'll play some pool and get better acquainted with them.
Well, look, I'm afraid I'm a little rusty.
Come along, Dollar, because don't forget, if Ashley is here under some other name, he's going to stay close to me, too.
So I went along with him to the billiard room where the four he'd mentioned were waiting to play. After being reintroduced to them, I was satisfied none of them was an English actor by the name of Marvin Ashley. Needless to say, none of them called himself by that name.
Yeah, good shot there, huh? Stratton, is it? Yeah.
That's right. Thanks, Mr. Rockwell.
Well, go ahead now and sink that 4-ball. Go ahead.
Yeah. It looks like a bank shot's the only way. Well, here goes.
It's too bad, Stratton. You might have made that with a massa shot.
With a what, Mr. Gibson?
Massa.
Masse shot, Dollar, is when you hold the cue up vertical and...
Oh, yes.
I'll show you $1 after this game is over. Dollar?
Yeah.
Name seems kind of familiar.
Oh, does it, Mr. Gibson?
Well, come on
wrong,
now, Edwards. What are you waiting for? See if you can get that 4-ball.
Sure, Mr. Rockwell. Sure I can.
4-ball.
And the 5 and the 6 and all the rest. You watch this.
Tell me, you ever get up San Francisco way, Dollar?
Well, not often, Mr. Gibson. Why, are you in business up there?
Yeah, in a brokerage office. Oh. Rockwell's one of my accounts. I doubt if he even knows it, though. I had to introduce myself like a perfect stranger when I came down here for the weekend.
Yeah, I can understand that, all right.
Okay, now, Peterson, see how you can do.
5-ball, eh? Well, I certainly missed that time. I got the 4-ball and nothing else.
Edwards, is it?
Yeah, that's right, Sam Edwards. And your name again?
Dollar. You look familiar, Edwards.
Do I?
Yeah, haven't I seen your face or picture somewhere before?
Excuse me, will you? I want to get myself another drink.
Yeah, sure.
That was funny. Oh, but as I was about to say, Dollar, when you come up to San Francisco again, look me up. I'll show you the town, give you the grand tour.
Fine. Good.
Drive you down the coast to Cliff House, perhaps, for lunch.
To where?
The Cliff House. It's a place to eat there at the...
Yes, I've heard of the place.
All right, come on now, Dollar. We're waiting for you.
Oh, well, maybe I'd... look, I'd better skip this turn.
Oh, no, you don't. You got to see if you can sink the 8-ball.
Well, maybe Mr. Gibson here would like to get that one out of the way, huh?
What? Here now, take your cue and show us how it's done.
Well, okay, Mr. Rockwell. You mean... like this?
Well, now that's just fine, Dolly. You ripped the cover, and that's the end of this game.
Yeah, the game is over.
It sure is.
And I guess I could be corny and say the play is over, too.
The play, Dollar?
For Mr. Gibson here. Only that isn't his name.
What was that, Dollar?
Well, a couple of minutes ago, you talked about making a massa shot.
Well,
only a Britisher calls it that. We call it masse.
Dollar.
Well, I'm afraid I don't understand.
But I suppose even an actor might make that slip.
Actor?
Yeah, your real slip, though, Ashley, was in naming that restaurant up the coast.
Ashley?
Are you addressing me as...
Cliff House, didn't you?
Are you talking about Cliff House, this side of Frisco?
Oh, now, look,
yeah, that's
here.
right, Mr. Edwards, Cliff House. But you said Cliff House, didn't you, Ashley? The way only an Englishman would.
Did you say Ashley again?
That's right. Marvin Ashley, the actor who came here to murder Mr. Rockwell.
Huh?
Gibson, broker from San Francisco, huh? Well, not a bad act, Marvin, but I'm afraid your acting days are over.
Well, I'm sorry, old boy. But that's where you are quite wrong.
Wait a minute.
That's a gun.
Because I assure you that I am not finished until I kill this despicable...
He has a gun!
And I have a pool cue. Not as rusty as I thought. You know something? Dear old Alvin P. Cartwright furnished the high-powered legal talent that got Ashley off with nothing more than deportation. And needless to say, Cartwright is really through with Rockwell, as it would be. Expense account total? Forget it. Alvin P. handed me a check big enough for 3 expense accounts. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were G. Stanley Jones, Howard McNear, Chet Stratton, Marvin Miller, and Sam Edwards. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Hugh Douglas speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.